Oh yeah, it does that weird thing now. Okay, so now that you guys know it's being recorded, even though I say it every time, today's Zoom training is just like really a few random things, but it's also about things that like you guys have talked to me about, whether you're like struggling with them or you guys have questions on them fairly often. So I figured this was a good time to like talk about it. And so one of the things was how to work when you have bad days or when like things just aren't going your way, or maybe you had like plans and they changed, or like you're running out of time or whatever it is. My best advice is to like make sure you guys give yourself grace. I know that's like jumping straight into it, but like for me personally, like, so I was a music major, obviously, since I ended up teaching band and everything. I could not practice when I was having a bad day. So, like, if I was frustrated or stressed or mad at somebody or something, I could not go practice. That was not how I like relieved my stress. Because when I would do that, I would just get more and more mad. Well, let's say you go to work and then you're going to message people, and then this person blocked you, and then this person had a negative thing to say. Well, first, I was probably just going to take you off. But second off, you're going to get more mad and you're going to get in your head about what's going on. So I just don't think you're in the right headspace. And so like Grace actually came to me the other day. That's kind of to ask how she was doing too. And she's like, "Hey, like I'm just really struggling, and like I don't know how to work when I'm like having a bad mental health day." And whether that seems like a small thing to you or a big thing to you, I don't care. Like this morning, if you watch my story, you'll see all of the chaos that ensued this morning and how I didn't get to have the morning that I wanted. And guys, at first I was extremely, extremely frustrated. And then I realized I just had to give myself grace because I knew, I don't know, this light is so weird. Sorry, I'm by my window door, but it seems really, really bright. Um, but anyways, I just knew I had to give myself grace. And so I knew I needed a minute to like relax. So after I made that like breakfast thing, my friend got here and I took that time to be so present with her because I was like, I just need to not worry about anything right now. And so that's what I did. And so obviously I checked my messages when I felt better, like in the bathroom. But like when you have those bad days, don't feel bad about putting your phone down. Don't feel bad about like maybe you want to watch a show, maybe you want to go to the park with your kid, maybe you want to like for me cleaning and organizing is what like brings me peace. Not in the sense of cleaning, I should say, but like if something's really dirty or like obviously when we've been moving things have not been in place, that stresses me out. Like hardcore stresses me out. And so now that we're all moved in, I'm feeling a lot better about things, and I know that my days are already gonna go better, but I still have things that I can do. But, like, what I also said to her is that, like, when you do come back, when you feel like you're ready, maybe, like, because obviously Daniel and I aren't perfect and we get into disagreements sometimes, I will, like, resolve that disagreement, and then when I do come back, depending on how I'm feeling, I'm gonna give myself, like, a 10-minute window, and I'm gonna try to get some stuff done. And maybe at that point, I'm like, you know what? Like, I just need some more time. Okay, so I'm gonna go clean my room, or I'm gonna go switch out laundry, and I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna try to come back later and do 10 minutes. But if you come back and you're like, yep, I'm 100% fine, like that was just a little pity party that I had, or I'm over whatever it was, come back and work and get your stuff done. But that's like basically what I'm trying to say is it's totally up to you. And I don't want you to like think that you have to get it done by a certain time. Cause I used to be like that too. And then I had Granger. And then my world was definitely obviously like turned upside down. But it's also mornings like this. I plan to get up at my normal time, have all my stuff done, be able to drop my husband off at work, come back and have everything done. Well, LOL, that didn't work because of everything that happened, and I couldn't like get mad at myself because it wasn't my fault. Moving is exhausting, being a mom is exhausting, and having the stuff that's been happening that I've been going through is exhausting. And so I have to remember to give myself grace. And so on top of that, of giving yourself grace, just remember your why and remember that like our business is not so far off of like we have Northwestern Mutual for life insurance and stuff like that, and those people are so consistent. If they say they're going to call you, they call you. If they say they're going to follow up with you on this date, they follow up with you. Like it is ridiculous how consistent they are, but that's how they build their business. Car salesmen are probably the same way. Hey, Melissa's going to buy this new car on the 29th. I'm going to make sure I give her a call on that day. You can dang well bet they're going to call her, not because they get commission, because they have to provide for their family. And so whether you guys are doing this to like stay home, be a provider, whether it's just like $100 a month, I want you to remember that on your bad days, because if you go like honestly the last like couple of months have been really hard for me. And if I would have just like not worked at all, I'd have missed so many people that I've like talked to already about these products. Like there's a girl actually in the same town that I live in now that wants to meet up, and I'm going on vacation, so it's really hard. But we might even just hop on the phone because she's like, okay, like I really, you just been so consistent. I really actually do want to talk about this. And that's what they want to see because they're not they're going to be less likely to join someone who's less consistent, because obviously if you're not consistent with your own business, how are you going to be consistent in helping your team? Because you wouldn't like, I wouldn't expect you guys to do anything that I won't do. I would not expect you guys to do that. And so I just want you to remember that as you go on too. Remember your why. Are you working this for $100 a month, or are you working this so that you can make like a full-time income and be home with your kids? Whatever you're doing, it's going to take consistency. And so I just wanted to remind you guys of that. But I also want to give you guys some tips to go along with that, of how to work on those days. So, like, for instance, a week ago ish, had a really bad event happen. Not ready to fully talk about it, but everything's fine. But on that day and on the next day after, there is absolutely no way that I would have been able to come up with a post, because I was not feeling inspired and I was not emotionally okay. And so, how I personally am able to work on the days where I don't have good days is I have Instagram drafts set up. And so I'm going to show you those real quick. I think it will let me um, pull these up quick and share my screen here. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys, because this is the best way that I've found um, to do it. Oh, sorry. Maybe. There we go. Okay, give me like a thumbs up. You can see my screen. Sweet. Perfect. Okay, sweet. So when I go to post, okay, I can click whatever I want. When I go to post, you see these drafts. I have 94 drafts. Now, this does not mean that I have 94 captions ready to go. Don't misunderstand that. But when I take a picture, I go immediately, like within a day or two, I go and I edit it and I save it to a draft. So I want to show you how I do that. Oh, I already have them all saved, but I posted this one, so let's just say this. So let's say I'm going to post this picture. I'm going to get it wherever I want it. And then let's say I'm going to include the income disclosure statement. So I'm going to hold it down and include the income disclosure statement. Okay, you can't see that, so that's a bad example, but I'm going to do that. And then all I do is I make sure my pictures are good. I go next, and then you do have to actually like type something like a space, or like I usually put a dot or something. You have to at least have that. And then when you go back twice, it asks me if I want to save it or if I want to discard it. Okay, so I'm not going to save this because I'm not obviously going to post it, but I'll show you when I go, oopsie, to my drafts and I click manage. This is how I'm able to not get ready every single day. Because to me, like my hair looks like a hot mess right now. I haven't got ready in like a week or so, but I split up my pictures. And so, like, even you can see, like, there's a couple in the same shirt. I just don't post those within a screen length. So, like, where's the one right now? Oh yeah, this one in the middle ish with Granger and I in a pink shirt and the cat towards the left. I'm gonna post that one, but I'm not gonna post it right now, because if I go to my profile, in the bottom right is that same picture. So people don't need to know that you don't get ready every single day, because heck, I don't get ready every single day. Pfft, no, that picture of the Blessed Mama shirt with my hair all done pretty, that was when I got my hair cut. That was back in like, that was like a month ago. And so, like, when you take pictures, I don't post all my pictures all at once. So that way I do have content for the days that are bad. I can sit here and be like, okay, now I've got pictures from just recently. I've got pictures from like outside of our apartment. I've got pictures from playing outside. Like, I've got so many pictures that I don't even have to actually take a picture. And I still obviously try to somewhat, because I post like, I don't know if you've seen my profile, but it's weird because I posted once today or last night. Sorry, I haven't posted today yet. But like Granger is always in one column. That's how I personally set up my profile. You don't have to do this. It's just my OCD and how I do it. And so if I go post right now, Granger would be in the middle. And that's what I like. That's just how I like to organize my profile. So I've got obviously tons of different options, and it just depends on what I want to do here. But like obviously you can see a couple are from the same day. I have a lot of different ones of me and Daniel, because I haven't posted, because I just haven't been able to take a picture with him in a while. So I've got that. I've got Granger and I cuddling. I've got him doing funny stuff, like anything and everything. I just save in my drafts, and then that way when I am having a bad day, I don't actually have to get ready. So that's something I wanted to mention. As well as our content planning Zoom. And I'll probably actually stop this for a little bit here. So I don't know if you watch this recording way, way, way later. We might not have it on the same day, but right now our content planning Zoom is on Sundays at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. And so what they do on that, if you've never hopped on or if you haven't been able to, is they hop on and they give us sample posts, before and after posts, host to post ideas, interactive ideas, and they even give us lifestyle prompts of like helping us write business posts. And so the reason I get on that is because when I get on that, obviously, like I'm posting some ideas, but as I'm posting ideas, because I'm one of the leaders on the team, I'm also getting more ideas. So some of my interactive posts that I've had this week have been from those content planning Zooms. And as I'm on that, I write down her prompts and then I'm already getting my business posts ready. So on the days where I don't have a good day or where I'm not feeling inspired, this is the next thing I was going to show you real quick on my screen. I already have a caption probably ready to go because of that. Okay, so these are posts that I've either written out or I've had saved. Like obviously I follow Hannah a lot. Obviously I love Morgan. I really enjoy Cheyenne, but Hannah is the one I really, really follow. But like this first one I wrote, they're all by the hearts. The second one and the third one are ones that I haven't edited yet, but I saw someone write them and they were just really, really good. I have one to write about the Gives Back Foundation. I have one to talk about let's talk about goals and everything's like that, paying for gas. Like some of these are edited and some of them are not, but I have those posts set ready to go. And so basically the idea I'm trying to give you is that when I see a post that I like really relate to or resonate with, what I do is I come save it in my business post notes. And then I'm not saying I edit it right there in that moment because that doesn't always work, but maybe like once every few days, I'll go ahead and go edit it. Because like you want to talk about how you're able to stay home with the babies, but if every single day you're just like, thankfully I get to work from my phone and stay home with my babies. If you post that every single day, you're not getting any emotion from anybody. And so like I always tell you guys, like you didn't join with me because I sell it works. You joined with me because you felt some sort of emotion from my post, or we had made a connection or something like that. And that's what I want to remind you guys. The short posts are great, especially when I am having some bad days and I'm not feeling like inspired, or maybe I wrote a long business post yesterday. The short posts are totally okay. And I don't want you to think that I'm saying they're not. I just want you to remember the times, like I remember I asked once, what is your never again moment? My never again moment is that I was at Einstein's Bagels. Sorry, I can't say that. And I had to make a bagel, and it was my favorite bagel sandwich in the whole world. They was literally getting ready to hand it to me, and my card got declined. I didn't have any cash. I had no way to figure out what was going on with my card. Well, apparently the bagel only cost $5.32, but my card got declined. And the reason I bring that up is because, like, for me, that was incredibly, incredibly embarrassing because I had to walk out of that store or restaurant or whatever you want to call it, without the bagel, and I couldn't pay for $5.32. And the fact that I couldn't pay for $5.32, like that my card got declined, that was incredibly, incredibly embarrassing. And not in the sense of what people thought. I was just like, wow, I should be able to afford $5. Like that's when I knew that there was a problem. And so for me, that's my never again moment. And so when you do have bad days and you want to like you don't have, in a sense, the motivation to work, I want you to remember to be disciplined for your never again moment. Maybe yours is not like mine. Maybe yours is something totally different. I don't obviously know everyone's moments, but I want you to think about that. And if you really don't want that to ever happen again, what are you doing to change it? And so it's kind of getting a little bit deep, but when I write about that, I get a lot more potentials. And I'm not saying every single day you should write a super deep, long post. I'm not saying that. But I have different times that I talk about. I talk about that. I talk about how I didn't know how I was going to be able to get home, and a fast start bonus, which is one of those weekly bonuses, got deposited into our account because I didn't have enough gas to get home. I literally was like, I don't know what we're going to do. And then a fast start bonus got deposited into my account. But I can also talk about not having the money to fill up my tank. There's a lot of people that have to put $5 or $10 on their tank at a time because they can't afford to fill it up. And so I want you to remember that as you're like talking about these things. Yes, staying home is awesome, but what are some things that you don't want to experience again that have like not felt good? Have you not been able to buy Christmas presents for some family? Have you not been able to take your kid to the doctor because it's like for us it was like 110 flat fee just for me to go in, no tests, no x-ray, no blood work, no nothing, $110. Well, I couldn't afford that at one point. And so I just want you to remember that as you like have those bad days, to remember like what do you want to never happen again? And that should hopefully keep you disciplined in the sense of doing your things. And I'm not saying you're not like there are days that I definitely obviously do more, and like promotion months I do more than I normally do, but I'm still always doing the 6 things that I need to do every single day. So I just wanted to hit on that really quick. The thing I wanted to mention real quick too is let's say you post just an inspiring quote. Oh, let's say you post just an inspiring quote You don't need to put the IDS with that. You don't need to put the income disclosure statement with that. The only time that you need to put the income disclosure statement is if you are talking about staying home or there's any type of money involved or you're saying it's going to pay for something. That's the only time you need to post it. And I just wanted to be clear on that. And I don't care in the most loving way what anyone else does in this company. I don't care how top leader they are. I don't care. They said the income disclosure statement needs to be the second picture in your post, no matter what. Even if you post multiple pictures, it has to be the second picture. So I really want you guys to do that because I want to make sure we're following the rules. I feel like I was going to say something else on that and I can't remember. Um, I don't remember what I was going to say on that. So I'll give you my one last tip with posting here. And then if you guys have any questions, if you want to put them in the chat, that would be awesome. And if you don't have any questions, that's totally fine. But I know obviously like kind of just went on a spiel here. So let me share my screen and I will show you what I'm talking about. Because if you're kind of like, okay, how do I choose what to post? How do I know to post a long one or a short one? Well, first off, I want you to go based off of feeling. Like I want you to enjoy what you post. So like this is obviously that's my profile. So this is my first post. Posted it last night. It's just a picture of Granger or pictures of Granger, sorry. Just pictures of Granger, but it's just a funny personal post that I thought was hilarious. Okay. Now here's a longer business post because I felt like I was like, okay, I have a lot on my heart that's like can be so stressful for people, and I really want to touch on that. Okay, long business post. There was an interactive one. And then I did a post really appreciating on Daniel because he had been so incredibly great through this move and the stress that I was feeling and everything that happened. And then there's a picture of Granger, but if you read into it, it says it talks about my skinny coffee, but it's not like a super spammy before and after sort of thing. And I'm not saying before and after are spammy. I'm just saying like I broke it up and kind of just like snuck it in there, which is good to do every once in a while. Then I just did a post that was more interactive talking about me and if we had anything in common, things like that. And I'm not gonna go down forever, but there was just a quote, just a simple quote that I did, kind of just breaking up my feed a little bit. This was really funny because I really hate shoes in my apartment, in my house, whatever. I hate shoes in them. And so now that we're done moving, shoes come off immediately when I'm in my apartment. And people thought it was really funny. And then I had a short business post, and then obviously I could keep going and going. But when you're trying to figure out what to post and maybe you don't know, I want you to look at your profile and be like, okay, what have I not posted about recently? And then you can think back to your 5 pillars and you could be like, okay, have I not posted about I just know Melissa's a really big sports fan. Have I not posted about the Tar Heels in a while? Hey, I remember the name. You should be really proud of me. Um, have I not posted about that in a while? Like if you love to go hiking and the weather's been really nice, maybe you should go on a hike and take a picture so you can post about it. Like you want to break up your profile so that people are seeing the things that you're passionate about and you're not just posting at work. So you're not just posting about your kid, not that your kid's not great because they are, but you want to break it up and you want to share different things because that's really going to give them a different idea, obviously. And I just don't want you to like consistently post short business posts every single day or consistently post all these long ones, because people want to be like, oh, she can work when she's cuddling your son. Oh wow, she talked about paying off a debt and I really want to get this debt gone, or like I don't have money for my car bill that I'm supposed to pay and I don't know how I'm going to get my car back. Like I can, as I'm talking about working with my son, I also talked about a few of those emotional things that are going to trigger something for someone. And so that's kind of what I wanted to hit on today. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I'm going to real quick stop the recording.